Kids. It's a new documentary from PBS, ProPublica, and the Texas Tribune, chronicling the widely criticized police response to the Robb Elementary shooting in May of 2022. It includes body cam video.
Guys, be careful! He might be in that building!
911 calls,
I could hear gunshots outside of my classroom,
as well as investigators' interviews of the officers involved.
Chain of command is everything, and it was not there.
Stephanie Sherman is an attorney representing some of the families of the victims and survivors in a lawsuit claiming law enforcement, the Uvalde School District, gun makers, and others dropped the ball, leading to the high number of casualties that day, 19 students and 2 teachers. What sticks out to you from those interviews, from what those officers said in their own words?
that they lacked a chief in charge. There were several of those officers ready to go into action, waiting, standing by, waiting for direction, which they didn't get.
Who's in charge? Excuse my language, but who's in charge?
How does that happen? How does no one know who's in charge?
Well, the documentary shows that no one knew who was in charge, but that's contra to the training. And the training says the first person to arrive on the scene is the incident commander, period.
Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo, who was later fired, was supposedly the incident commander. Audio in the documentary shows he was aware of this chilling 911 call from a student.
I'm in a classroom. There's a lot of dead bodies.
But that information...
The room is full of victims. Child victims.
Didn't make it to the officers inside, who Arredondo had told to treat the situation as a barricaded subject in a classroom, not an active shooter.
She calls dispatch saying, please come. There's a teacher shot. There's victims in here. She's providing information. She's saying there's a shooter in here. She's saying there are victims. And Arredondo never passed that on to his team.
Another major problem highlighted in the film is the lack of preparedness by officers to handle a gunman with an AR-15.
We know we need to get in there, but we don't have the right equipment.
You have officers going down the hallway and headed towards the classrooms. And as soon as they got shot at, they retreated and never to return again. And then 70 minutes go by and nobody's trying again.
After more than an hour and 15 minutes, police finally breached the classroom and killed the gunman. How chilling is it that this many things could go wrong and did go wrong?
It's terrifying. And many of these families have other children going through the school system, and they're terrified.